When they said from the creators of True Blood, I didn't expect it to just be a cheap copy of True Blood. Welcome to the heart of the stories we tell. My name is Rob, and tonight I will be reviewing Episode 1 of Midnight Texas, Season 1. And I will admit that it's hard to pull off a pilot. There's a lot of stuff you gotta do, so I don't normally judge shows on it. But something about this one just felt, well, a little off. Which is good, because it's the Weird series on NBC. The first episode introduces us to the main characters and the inhabitants of this town. Like True Blood, it's based on a novel series by Charlaine Harris, and I do appreciate her writing skills, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a chance. Let's throw this up there before we get started. So once again, it's stop. Spoiler time. So it's kind of like a Monster of the Week show, but a Mystery of the Week, and it appears to be pretty close to an off-brand procedural.
I've been running for a long time.
So the main character's grandmother died, and she was psychic, and he's psychic. I'm assuming at some point we'll find out more about the generation in between. For now, the base concept is that he uses the fact that he can see dead people to try to scam people with a little bit of the truth and a little bit of the bullshit. All in all, not a bad concept for a show, especially with the fact that he's moving to this town that she used to live in that's full of supernatural creatures. Of course, like I said at the beginning,
I mean a whole lot more coming from someone who wasn't dead.
the town itself is pretty messed up. The entire town is masquerading. Not a bad concept, one I actually really like. An urban fantasy show like this needs to have a little bit of, oh, we need to hide from the authorities, we need to keep this on the down low, just to keep it realistic. At least, well, unrealistic, I guess, but understandable. We have vampires, we have angels, we have witches, we have psychics, and, I don't know, a partridge in a pear tree. All in all, I get the feeling, though, that they're going to try to sell this as a spiritual successor to True Blood. And let's be honest, without the HBO rating, the blood and guts are going to be down, and so is the TNA. Like I said back when I did the Women of Urban Fantasy from Samantha to Sookie, the truth of the matter is that you don't need to do sensational, you don't need to do bloody. Campy will work just as well as long as the story's entertaining. Of course, it doesn't hurt if, you throw some TNA or blood in there. And right now with this, we have a vampire that isn't drinking blood per se all the time, which in and of itself is actually kind of a cool concept. I like the psychic vampire as much as I like the physical one. However, there's not a lot of people like me, unfortunately. So I'm wondering if this is going to transfer onto onto the screen as well as the one if it was on HBO. Now we do have other concepts though, things that are cool. The grave-digging chaplain, the fact that we have an angel character, just the whole thing is full of possibilities. And that's what I'm really looking at here. A show full of possibilities with a pilot that was a little ho-hum. In the coming attractions, that whole talk of prophecy wasn't exactly not cliche. In fact, that's what this feels like. This isn't Midnight Texas, this is cliche Texas. Or at least that's what it is so far. The acting is hit or miss. Some of the actors are really good, and some of them just I don't feel it. I wonder what you guys thought. Did anyone here think that it was worthy of more than 1 or 2 stars? Is anyone here like, oh, 2 thumbs up, you didn't get it, this was awesome? Because if so, I'd love to hear you pitch what made this an awesome series. I like the writer, I like the concept, and urban fantasy city full of strange supernatural horrors is like seriously my jam. This entire series should be right up my alley, but I wasn't feeling it, so I'm hoping someone can tell me what I should be feeling. But I'm going to give it at least one more shot, so join me back here next week as we review this. But before we go, and before I start telling you about likes, there's something else I want to tell you about. Even if it means clicking off my video, I'd like you to go all take a quick look at this book. It's available on Amazon. There'll be a link in the description. Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep is a horror writer's anthology for the best of causes to help fight cancer in children. But join me back here next week as we take a look at Midnight Texas Part 2. For now, I'd love for you to like and share this video, and of course, we're trying to build up our community here, so if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and enable alerts so that you'll know all the times that I'm reviewing shows or coming up with crazy theories, or just in general talking about writer theory. Because what we do around here is we take a look deep into what makes a story, why we tell the stories we do, and we have some fun by just watching some crazy fun stuff along the way, mostly genre. And that's what we're doing, is we take a walk through the heart of the stories we tell. Have a good night.